finally, Next is out, and not only is Next out, the full patch notes have been released on nomansky.com. Now, before we get into talking about all of these things individually and broken down in detail, let me just go ahead and give you the list. Third person. Third person camera for walking, jetpacking, swimming, and in-ship flight. New player models, completely reworked animation system, new animations for players as well as NPCs and creatures, system and animations for gestures, character customization, player character turns to look at points of interest, so head movement, new get in, get out vehicle effect, interactions show the player character where appropriate, warping in ship is in third person, looks a lot like a Destiny screen, reload screen or loading screen, resized various deployable tech to better fit third person mode. That will conclude the patch notes for third person. Next is missions. Real-time missions, scheduled missions, multiplayer missions, completely overhauled tutorial, new mission types, photography, feeding, freighter combat, archaeology, and specialized hunting missions. Guild envoy missions. That concludes the mission section. Now we move on to the bases. Bases can be built anywhere. Players can own multiple bases, hundreds of new base parts, increased base complexity and size limits, joint base building, so with other players basically, improved teleporting and selection between teleport destinations, improved terrain editor modes and options to be more intuitive, toned down saturation intensity of palette choices for coloring base building parts. Base terrain editing now stops when you hit the limit rather than overriding old edits. That's nice. Bases can now be deleted. Improved system for base building parts. Sorry about that. Increased base building radius and made it expandable. Disabled base auto uploading and added manual controls. Enabled downloading more than one external base from other players. That completes the base section. Moving on to freighters. Frigate, I guess is how you say it, fleets feature, including missions, upgrade system, system combat, and exploration assistance. Overhauled base building inside player freighters, so they'll feel more personalized and your own. Reworked and added procedural textures to freighter bridge hologram planet. Redesigned path from freighter hangar to bridge. Improved speed of airlock doors opening on freighters, so you don't run into them anymore. For those of you who have played the game, you know how annoying that is. So, that completes the freighter section. Crafting and resources. Reworked and rebalanced all core substances and resources. Deployable tech can now be picked up. Added refiner based crafting system. Added craftable ammunition. That's cool. Improved damage fall off on mining beam. Alright, now this is the UI section. Additional markers visible in analysis visor. Points of interest can now be tagged from analysis visor. Latitude and longitude displayed on analysis visor. Improved HUD layout. HUD lines dynamically hidden with the corresponding UI elements. Improved notification layout, improved build menu, improved quick menu, inventory stack splitting, new repair interface. All players' own ships can now be summoned, so you don't have to go back and forth between the freighter and select whatever ship you want and then go back to where you're from. You can now summon any ship. Added system for repairing damaged inventory slots. Backpack showing in your inventory will now match customized character backpack. Backpack bars displayed hazard protection and life support. And ship map now highlights enemies. Man, I'm having trouble reading crap. Improved docking indicators when flying. Completely reworked shop UI. Nanites no longer take up inventory slots. Thank God, because I have like 4,000 of those. Scanning ships shows their slot count. Save slots are now sorted by timestamp. Galaxy map can now show multiple markers for each system. Added dynamic suit protection inventory icon. Inventory full notifications now take into account cargo slots. Fixed camera voxel, 2-star voxel in galactic map. Can pin base building recipes on the HUD. Added danger icons to tentacle plants. Improved tech and product pinning with more detailed guides to obtaining the build requirements. Improved compass. Improved HUD marker icons for objects of interest. Added multiplayer text chat on PC. Now that was a lot just for the UI. Now, graphics and planet generation. Improved fog and increased draw distance. Yes, this is going to be my favorite section. New terrain generation system for improved navigability. Wow. And more varied Earth-like and alien landscapes. Reduced situations where caves props can be spawned above ground. Oh, okay, I remember that. Improved particle systems fading out over distance. Added support for extremely large biome props. Improved and increased variety of clouds and cloud shadows seen from space. Improved planet surface rendering from space. Improved terrain LODs and visuals when flying in from space. Improved color selection during planet generation. Improved sky and fog color selection. Tightened triplanar texture blend areas. I guess I said that right. New color mapping system to create more varied and atmospheric visuals. Improved tree density, like more forests and things like that, thank goodness. Tree size variation, thank God, oh my gosh. Added empty systems with no current inhabitants. Ooh, that's cool. Added abandoned systems with derelict space stations. Okay. Improved storm visuals. Nice. Improved textures for ship, NPCs, and buildings. Added planetary ring system. Yeah. Increased asteroid density in space. Improved space visuals. Added support for larger bodies of water. Character shadows for first-person gameplay. Adjusted TAA settings to reduce shadow blur on terrain. Added particle effect when flying above water. Splash particle effects. Inventory and pause menu now use depth of field to blur in-game camera. Balanced intensity of lights in the Atlas station. Updated model of hologram backpack in the suit upgrade chamber. Improved water surface and foam shaders. Improved water reflections to better match terrain. Improved imposter visuals and lighting to better match nearby objects. Switched object and terrain fading to use blue noise to give smoother transitions. Improved compression on some textures generated in-game. Improved terrain texture blending and selection. Improved sand and cave color selection. Improved beach blending and visuals. Brightened cave interiors, especially at night. Okay, nice. Improved storm effect fading as you enter buildings. Added gun model for ships. New high quality tree models and textures. Fixed an issue with landing pad UVs. Improved drone, quad, and walker models. New drone texture effects. Added more varied underwater and underground objects. Improved appearance of gravitino balls. Major improvement to biome object placement. Improved crystal placement. Improved marker distances for gameplay props. Added terrain objects which cannot be destroyed by player ships. Improved colors, brightness, saturation of creature textures. Tweaked rock textures. Improved scale of underground objects. Tweaked poison blob particle effects. Improved cave biome glowing plant lights. Optimized cave biome prop performance. Improved bushes and underwater plants. Sorry about that. This is a lot of stuff to read, guys. Like, this is a lot. Improved asteroid texture balance. Improved abandoned slimy diffuse colors. Okay. Improved underfoot dust effects. Improved heavy air in caves. Improved scale of gameplay plants. Improved toxic grass diffuse texture. tweaked mountain fragments on certain biomes, improved vertex placement on flags to make them wave nicer, okay, improved smoke and damage effects on ships and distress beacons, modified frequency of wordstones, crates, underground props, and damaged machinery, improved rare gem collection effect, and improved ship trail effects, and new engine effects for ships. Damn, that's a long list. We are still going, guys. We still have more to read. Now, space stations and buildings. Overhauled space station interior. New space station marketplace. That's why it appears so much bigger and a lot more vendors and things like that. New style for stairs and space station. Redesigned look for teleporter and space station. Added variation to building interior layouts and props. Added a small ramp to drop pod for easier access. Improved building frequency. Added LOD, or LOD, however you want to say it, system for base building parts to increase draw distances and complexity. Now, exploration, fauna, and flora section. New underground ruins building type. Buried technology modules and blueprint analysis. Overhauled signal booster and navigation data input. Procedurally generated technology. Procedurally generated products. Improved creature pathfinding. Improved creature response to feeding. Herd behavior for creatures. Improved scales and maximized sizes of creatures. Improved sentinel drone behavior, proximity indicator, and escape gameplay. Improved matching of creature body parts to their role. That's a big one, guys. Oh my gosh, that's a big one. Copyright improvements. New hazardous fauna. New hazardous flora. Improved scan ranges for biome-specific plants. Added new armored drone type. Must use the terrain editor to mine resource deposits. Improved Colossus speed and fuel tanks consumption. Yeah, the Colossus was slow. Different ship classes use different amounts of launch fuel. Interesting. New game generation systems for planets, ships, weapons, and creatures. Increased variety in creature descriptions. Nada and Polo's tasks are now tracked in the mission log. Fancier descriptions for planetary weather conditions. Changed starting exosuit inventory size. Increased the number of exosuit cargo slots available to purchase. Increased crafting item stack size in the exosuit to 5. That's some good stuff. Now we've got controls in combat. Climbing traversal more challenging and rewarding. Added ability to slide down cliffs. Player movement is more dynamic. Air resistance simulation for jetpack navigation. Multi-tool manual holstering, unholstering. Ship weapons can now be used against ground targets. Splash damage added to ship weapons when used against ground targets. Improved low-level flight, true low-level flight, with destruction of terrain objects with which you can collide. Fixed jitter on physics debris pieces. Stopped player colliding with tiny rocks on scorched biomes. Okay, nice. Crit points on sentinel drones and quads. Combat scope module for the multi-tool. Personal force field module for the multi-tool. New grenade types. Improved weapon alternative mode, also with better HUD display. Sentinel drones can now repair quads and walkers in battle. Oh snap. Improved sentinel quadruped behavior, I guess. I almost said quadrupled, but pouncing and evade. Improved walker behavior with different attack modes. Extra armor plating added to sentinels arriving in combat, so that's where the different sentinels come into play with more armor and stuff like that. As we have seen before in some leaked gameplay, if you watched the leaked gameplay. Fixed placement of off-planet markers and improved pulse drive flight towards marked destinations. Very nice. Alright guys, we're moving along. Now we've got audio. Updated creature vocals. Big one. New third-person foley for player and NPCs. Additional loading music and new track when starting normal mode. Nice. Revised ship engine sounds. Added low-flying ship sounds. Revised underwater sounds. Improved combat audio and overhauled quad and walker audio. New NPC vocals. New frigate audio. Now moving on to stability, balancing, and fixes. Fixed a number of issues with atmospheric and water rendering on the horizon. That's a good one. Fixed text clipping issues in some languages. Fixed certain cases where opening the settings menu silently changed resolution. Fixed for several uncommon out-of-memory crashes. Fixed transition between lighting when flying to space. Fixed and improved a number of situations for flattening terrain around buildings. Fixed cases where terrain files could be missing or slow to appear when flying around or into planet. Fixed crashed freighters having underground treasures too low to mine down to. Oh, I remember that. I couldn't get to some of them. Prevented dead planets ever having atmospheres. Nice, that's cool. Preventing some story-critical buildings being placed underwater. Cool. Fixed lighting issue with double-sided leaf shaders. Fixed repetitive tiling textures on some foliage leaves. Fixed issues with loading some particularly large saves. Fixed for superconductive lock bug. Voice chat quality and reliability improved. Fixed scan events for players who have managed to go off-grid. Fixed for edited terrain regions repeatedly regenerating themselves unnecessarily. Fixed rocks showing up as the wrong color on frozen biomes. Fixed occasional hang in, how do you even say that? Asynchronous, I guess, I/O. Fixed for non-instance LODs, LODs, whatever you want to say. Added geometry steaming system. Added geometry streaming system. Made numerous memory saves to improve overall stability. Made the damaged machinery turn off the sparks and smoke effect when you have finished the interaction. Rebalanced AI ship damage. Balanced ship to ground target damage. High performance 1440p and high quality 2160p rendering models added for Xbox One X. Damn. Made numerous grass and foliage rendering optimizations. Optimized per frame render memory usage. Optimized various engine components using async compute. I guess is how you use that. Various optimizations, various miscellaneous bug fixes. Oh my gosh, guys, we are finished finally. Man, that is an awesome list. The longer the list, the better, but I mean, reading these things, it's crazy. Now, I was going to continue on with the video of breaking all of these down, but it looks like those will have to be in separate videos. So, that is the overall patch notes. I hope you all enjoy. Hopefully the screenshots will help with my terrible pronunciation and many screw-ups with reading through the list there. But anyways, guys, stay tuned. There's going to be a ton of No Man's Sky content coming. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.